Progress.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Shabbat Shalom. All right, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. I am recording, so even if it does not show up on my Facebook, I am recording. Abiyah, I thank you for your Sabbaths, your days of rest that you give us, so we are able to recharge and get back to the grind of things. Want to be more focused on the assignment, more focused on purpose, and to see things clearly from your perspective and not my own. I thank you for the opportunities that you give me to share with others, and may they be able to connect with you and also be able to hear the instructions that are for their own life and their own assignment. I thank you for that. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right. All righty. The assignment. I'm not one that's very sure-winded. So if you're looking for a brief conversation or small talk, I'm not really the guy for that. When it comes to doing things a certain way or a structured way, a lot of times I don't fit that mold. Lately, I've been speaking on that Yahuwah is my moray. And I'm going to give a little clarity to that a little bit before I get on join Sabbath teaching that's going on later on today at noon. But I can be taught by any and everything, by life, by creation, but who will be the direct teacher of me? Yahuwah. One of the things that I've noticed in my life is that I've tried to set myself under men, and over, seeing that I did not have a father, I noticed my father's failures, so I could actually notice the failures of these men. And then when I really look back at it, I see that a lot of them actually have the lack of a father as their testimony as well. And if I look back at the text, I see that Adam was not a moray per se, but yet he operated as such. He was a father, the first father, a human father. He was made in the image of the Father. And so that's what we're supposed to be operating as, fathers. And so when you don't have that fatherly image there, you can kind of go off track. And you're seeking out that fathering, someone to teach you, but you're really seeking out fathering. And in my situation, Yah has shown me over and over, I'm going to father you. I'm fathering you. But yet, just like Israel sought a king, they wanted someone over them. I want someone over me. And I done hit 50, and now I'm just like, okay, it's done with that. I'm actually a father myself, and actually a grandfather now. Many don't know that, but that's none of your business, really. Or I ain't gonna say it's none of your business, but it's not something that I put out there for everybody. But it's no longer time for me to be looking for a direct teacher. Yah has been showing me, and he's been showing me for a while, that he is my teacher. Yes, I can glean from all around me, from people. But for me to be searching to sit up under someone is not that time. Right now, I should have already been teaching my family. I should have already been teaching others. I'm actually at the age of 50. That's the time or the age that most of the elders would sit down and they would raise up younger folks. So my time is actually has bypassed to be in leadership, but people don't go by this. They follow the scriptures up to a point. But let's get to something. I'm not going to actually pull up scriptures. I'm not going to even throw out verses and stuff. I'm going to bring out scenarios, because I believe almost anyone that's in my audience, those that spend time or take time to listen, because I'm not brief, I'm not short-winded, I'm long-winded, they usually know the topics that I'm talking about. And I'm just assuming that I may be wrong. And I'm thankful for anyone that sticks in. So the first, I already mentioned Adam, but I'm the first person that I'm going to mention outside of Adam is Moshe, or Moses. Moses was raised up in the house of Pharaoh, so he was nowhere connected to his father. Raised up, and then he left that community and he ended out in the desert. And Jethro, a man that was not his father, but he was a father of the woman that he would marry. That man was not to be his moray. He did teach you some things, but Yahuwah had an assignment for him. Not Jethro. Yahuwah had an assignment for him. Now in that, he got his assignment. He did what he was supposed to do. He sought his brother's help, but Jethro came along and gave him advice. So he taught him some things. He didn't reject that. But who was his real teacher? Yahuwah. Who did he go up into the mountains 40 days, 40 nights, basically back to back? Yahuwah. Jethro has some great advice, but Jethro was not his teacher. His assignment did not come from Jethro. His assignment came from Yah directly. So, yeah, he submitted and heard what Jethro said, but he did not, I guess, ignore what Yahuwah was telling him for Jethro. He understood his assignment. Took him a while. Took him over 40 years, almost 80 years to get that assignment. But he got it. And I know that would be beyond the age that I was speaking of Whitney 50 and everything. But those age limits were really set up until later on. But that's dealing with the priests, not really dealing with the prophets and stuff like that. But hey, I've never proclaimed to be a prophet, but I've spoken some things and I've seen them manifest. But he said that the spirit of prophecy would be on all flesh that obey him. So I'm one that claimed to obey him. I don't believe that I go outside of his instructions too often, but if anybody can point it out, I'm always open to hear it. I have people that will say stuff on the sly, but yeah, they ain't say it to me. Or if they did say it to me, they said it in retaliation, but it is what it is. All right. So Moshe had an assignment. His problem came about when he went off assignment, right? He was told to speak to the rock, but instead, like the first time where he was told to strike the rock, he struck it because it worked the first time and he was angry. It worked this time too, but it worked not because that was what he was supposed to do, because he ended up getting in trouble for that, because he didn't go about his assignment. He did not glorify Yah and do what he was directly told to do. And so that's one of my things. Sometimes, your carnal teachers or the people that's around you could tell you something and it not fit what Yah told you to do. Who do you listen to? Who do you obey? Some people say, you're out of order because you're not a part of an assembly, Shanquilla. There's a reason why I'm not a part of an assembly. I fellowship with an assembly, the assembly here in Flint. Elder Sauls is over it. Great Awakening. Many don't remember. I used to be the Great Awakening Flint Moray until I stepped down from that. I never stopped being one that taught, but I disconnected from a brand. Did not mean I disconnected from the Mishpachah. Still love the people. I just disconnected from a brand. Saying that can be taken as something offensive. Still love people, but you don't have to agree with everything. And then it's not always a diss or, yeah, it's following the assignment. I think when I joined, the whole Great Awakening thing, I mentioned that I was not supposed to be a part of a brand. I said that from day one. And yet I can't fault anybody. I did not follow the assignment. My following a man looking for fathering from someone, that's on me, not on anyone else. I can't fault anyone from that. That's my mistake. I had to eat that. But okay, let's go further. I'm gonna skip around and I'm not gonna probably go in order because I'm gonna look at another person who got an assignment. Jonah. He got an assignment. He was supposed to go to Nineveh. But instead of him taking that assignment, he decided, I'm gonna go to Tarshish. I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to Nineveh. I don't want to obey. I don't want to obey the instructions. I don't care nothing for those people. I want them to be judged. So he ended up in the belly of a big fish. And once he decided to heed the instructions, that fish ended up dropping him off right there on the bay. Where at? Right where his assignment was set to be, where he was assigned to go. Not in Tarshish, but right there in Nineveh. And he didn't think that people were going to listen to him, that they were going to heed him. He was all by himself. He didn't have his dad with him. He didn't have any moray with him. He got his assignment directly from Yah. Oh, Shankul, are you comparing yourself to this prophet? No. But there are some that will be operating directly from Yah. They'll be able to learn from others, but not have one specific person over them. What assembly was he connected to? We're all supposed to be connected to Israel. This brand thing, I don't know why people think that's what it is, but in the end, all these brands will not even exist. It'll just be the kingdom of Israel, no divisions, no denominations, none of that stuff will matter. But anyway, because I'm not going along with that now, I'm out of order. I don't know. And people won't even say that directly to me, but the illusion is there, but no animosity. I love the people. And I hope they love me too. But, I'm not one to bite my tongue. I share and say what comes on me to say. Sometimes maybe I don't have the best tact, but I do believe I'm following the instructions that are given to me. I may ramble a little bit, and there are some times that I'm pulling a Nineveh situation where I want to go to Tarshish. I don't want to go to Nineveh. I don't want to talk to people and tell them stuff. But of course, in the end, is either obey or the other. And I got a family to take care of that I'm head over, that I must minister to, my first ministry. And so me obeying Yah is a part of the plan, as part of the instructions. Learning to accept his fathering, learning to accept his correction. I've had many men correct me and even women. I was raised by women. So it's not that I'm not familiar with discipline. I am. I was faithful in Christianity at a ministry for way over 17 years or whatever, so come on. Been at my job for over 20. So come on. When people try to make it like you can't have a commitment, I'm married 19 faithful years. Come on. But obeying Yah does not always look like what people think it should look like. It doesn't. But that man did not want to obey. And he ended up getting with the program, but still in the end, he had some bitterness towards the assignment. And basically it was shown, even with the plant or whatever, that was covering over, it's so much to it. He was shown mercy and favor, even though he did not want to comply with the instructions and the assignment given him. Okay, let's go to my friend Elijah. Elijah, basically, I think Adoniah or it was another prophet during that time, but Elijah thought he was the only one in love with Yah. He wasn't, but he thought he was, because Ahab was on his tail. Ahab wanted him dead. And so basically, he put it out there. Look, get your prophets together. The prophets of Baal, Lord. Baal, Lord, they mean the same thing, Yeah, anyway. He got them together. And they had a little contest, basically. They basically, supposed to be what Israel was, following after, those prophets. And you had this one man, Elijah, say, hey, let's do a contest then. Don't kill me, Ahab. Let's do this and let's prove. Let's see who Yah's with. And many could say, okay, Ahab's a king. Elijah should submit to him, fall up under his direction, even though he's worshiping Baal. And he got these 400 prophets, but no, Yahuwah, he was talking to Elijah, and Elijah was following his instructions and not man's. So he wasn't doing what man was what man's plan was. So those 400 prophets, or 400, servants of Baal, they were supposed to bring forth their offering. Elijah brought his. Elijah doused his down with water. Now you trying to do a burnt offering, but you dousing it down with water. That's going to stifle the fire. But if Yah is for you, don't matter how many people are against you. It doesn't matter that you are not a part of their assembly. And I'm not speaking about nobody's assembly right now, so don't take that as a sneak diss, because it's not. I'm just saying, in that situation right there, he was not submitted to Ahab. He was not connected with those 400 priests of Baal. He challenged them because Yah directed him. And they couldn't get their God or their Baal or whatever to light up or set fire to their burnt offering. They got to cutting themselves and everything. But Elijah's offering, what he doused with water, not with gas, not with alcohol, with water. Flame just come. Yah set it on fire. He proved and showed who he was for. And Elijah basically went through cleaning up those prophets and stuff like that, and it didn't go well for them. If Yah be for you, it don't matter who against you. And I'm sorry, it's not going to always look like what people expect. It's not. It's going to be some uncomfortableness because that person over there by themselves, look at them by themselves. They ain't a part of nothing. Well, I guess being a part of that 400 would have been a good thing. Nah, it wasn't a good thing because them 400 died that day. They had the numbers, but the numbers don't always show you where Yah is at. Obedience to the instructions means sometimes you're going to be isolated. And can you deal with it? And a lot of times, people don't get it. We go through some hardships sometimes. Because I went through some hardships on some stuff where I felt like I was wronged. And that's building me up for this season right now. Right now, I have no art with no man. But yet, even in love, I can endure if there is that they have an art with me. I can endure it. Me losing two of my close friends in the last year. Oh man, that it hurt. But it's showing me my trust is in Yah. And my responsibility is my first ministry, my household. If we're walking into this new covenant, Yah is going to be the one responsible for teaching folks. And so I'm going to put out things that's teaching. Like this may be seen as a teaching, but I don't expect anybody to follow me alone. Glean from what I share. Learn from it. You don't even have to give me credit because in the truthfulness, it's not for me, it's Yah. Give him the credit. Share it. Teach from it, whatever. Move forward. Be able to learn from all things in life that Yah created. All the things that he created for his good. I'm like, I constantly, mention how, even the things that, we know are, there it go with me and but anyway, swine, it's an abominable thing. But there's goodness in it when it's doing its purpose of being waste management. It's not good to eat. It's not good for us to be around and deal with. But if it's cleaning up the earth, it's doing a good work towards the earth. It's doing what it's created to do. That's good. Those shellfish and stuff, when they're cleaning up the waterways, that's good. But eating those things is bad. When things are not perverted and not out of line of what they were created to do, they are good. A man being a father, that's a good thing. A woman being a mother, that's a good thing. But when they try to switch the roles, that's not good. That's a perversion. That's not how he set it up. That's how Satan's doing. That's how he deals. That's not good. We got to play our roles. Hey, you train up a child in the way they should go. Not them decide the way they should go. So a boy, you train him to be a man, not to be a woman or a fake man or whatever they want to call it, or let them decide. That's not training. They're determining, where's the training in that? You're giving them liberty to choose. That's not liberty in a sense of Yah. That freedom in itself is causing forth death, not life. But hey, there's so many more I could go on and speak on that had assignments. Yahusha had an assignment. And Yahusha having an assignment, he listened to Yah. But he seen himself around those around him. He operated as a peer with them. It's sad that we have so many people that esteem themselves greater than others. They don't want to be on level with others. They this competitive nature that the world has, it's all through Israel. People want to see themselves at a higher level. So I'm straight. I've been around for a while, and yet it's a lot of folks don't mess with me. Cool. I'm good with it. Those that are supposed to hear through me will. Those that won't. And I fellowship with any that are honoring and keeping his commandments. I don't play those games. I don't require you to be a part of a brand to connect with you. Israel is Israel. You are my mishpachah, period. If you're Israel, if you're obeying the commandments, period. I don't care what your brand is. That means nothing to me. I love you in spite of that. But Abiyah, thank you for this moment of allowing me instructions to do and go forth with. May those that were assigned to listen heed and give the glory back to you, not to me, but back to you, because it belongs to you anyway. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this opportunity. May this Shabbat be like many others, full of rest, but also full of us giving you your glory, worshiping you, not seeking to be entertained, but seeking to manifest your glory towards you and share it with the Mishpachah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Baruch atah. Baruch atah. I say that now instead of the other way because, I want all of you to be wrapped in fortune. All of you be wrapped in favor. Baruch atah. Hallelujah.